All right, everyone, buckle up because today we're diving headfirst into Google's VO2.
Oh, yeah. This one is making some serious waves.
It's an AI tool that's changing the game when it comes to video production.
Yeah, definitely shaking things up in a big way.
VO2 can generate a full 4K video from just a text prompt.
That's right, just a simple text prompt.
Almost feels like magic.
Yeah, you just type in a description and boom, VO2 whips up a video.
A cinematic video
Yeah.
complete with camera angles, lighting, special effects.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
It really is. The quality is what's really turning heads.
For sure. I mean, other AI video generators in the past have struggled.
Yeah, they had trouble with the realistic movement and getting that high-resolution output.
But VO2 seems to have figured it out.
They've really cracked the code, especially when it comes to those complex scenes.
Yeah, scenes with multiple elements.
Lots going on.
We're not just talking about creating simple animations here.
No, this is next level.
VO2 can handle intricate camera movements, dynamic lighting changes,
You can even understand, like, cinematic techniques,
things like composition and shot sequencing.
It's almost like it's got a film school degree or something.
Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It's interesting, though, because VO2 seems to go beyond just replicating what it's seen.
That's what's so cool about it.
And it's training data.
Right. It's not just mimicking. It's actually interpreting.
There's a level of creative interpretation happening.
There is. And that's what's both exciting and a little unsettling.
Yeah, it is. It's like VO2 is taking our prompts, our creative prompts, and adding its own artistic flair.
Adding its own spin on things.
Which raises some questions about the future of filmmaking.
Big question.
And the role of human directors.
The role of humans in general in this whole process.
Definitely blurs the lines.
For sure.
But let's focus on what VO2 can do right now.
Okay, yeah. Let's get practical.
The potential benefits are huge.
Absolutely enormous.
Imagine indie filmmakers being able to create stunning visual effects.
Yeah. No more breaking the bank.
Well, breaking the bank.
Right.
Or marketers whipping up product demos and social media ads in minutes.
Oh, man. The time and cost savings are insane.
And it's not just about professionals.
Right. This is for everyone.
VO2 is incredibly user-friendly.
You don't need any fancy degree or anything.
Which means even someone with zero video editing experience could potentially create high-quality content.
That's the beauty of it. It's democratizing video production.
Giving anyone with an idea the power to bring it to life visually.
Anyone can be a Spielberg now.
Okay, let's be realistic.
All right, back to Earth.
No tech is perfect.
Nope, there's always a catch.
What are some of the limitations of VO2 that we need to be aware of?
Well, one thing is that the quality of the output really depends on the quality of the input.
So garbage in, garbage out.
Basically, the text prompts need to be clear, specific, and creative to get the best results.
So it's kind of like writing a good screenplay.
That's a good way to put it.
You can't just jot down a few vague ideas and expect a masterpiece.
Yeah, you got to put in the effort.
To appear on screen.
It's like anything else, you got to work at it.
And even with a well-crafted prompt, VO2 still has limitations.
Yeah. It's not a magic bullet.
It can struggle with nuanced facial expressions.
Yeah, faces are hard.
And realistic human interaction.
Still a bit of that uncanny valley thing going on.
There's a certain uncanny valley effect that can creep in when you're dealing with human subjects.
Yeah, you know that feeling where something's almost human, but not quite?
So while VO2 might be great for creating landscapes, special effects, or abstract visuals,
it excels at the non-human stuff.
It's probably not going to replace human actors anytime soon.
Actors are safe for now.
And then there's the question of artistic originality.
Ah, yes, the plagiarism question.
VO2 is trained on a massive data set of existing videos.
It's seen a lot of videos.
So there's always the risk of it unintentionally replicating someone else's style.
Or even just straight up ripping them off.
Or even infringing on copyright.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's a valid concern.
Definitely something to keep in mind.
So how does VO2 stack up against other AI video tools that are out there?
That's the big question, right?
We've heard whispers about competitors like Runway's Gen 3 Alpha.
Runway's Gen 3 Alpha is pretty impressive too.
Is that a worthy adversary?
It is, but from what I've seen, VO2 seems to have a clear edge.
Really?
Yeah, especially in terms of realism and quality, particularly in those complex scenes with a lot of movement and detail.
The 4K resolution is a major differentiator.
It's a game changer.
Okay, so we're talking about a potential game changer.
Absolutely.
But it's not without its quirks and limitations.
There's always room for improvement.
It's exciting to see how this technology is evolving.
Yeah, where do we go from here?
But I'm curious, how does VO2 actually work?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
What's going on under the hood?
Under the hood.
That enables it to create these stunning videos from text prompts.
Well, at its core, it's all about a sophisticated neural network.
A neural network.
Yeah, think of it as an artificial brain.
So like a digital brain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this brain has been trained on a massive data set.
A massive amount of data.
Videos and text.
So it's basically learned how to think visually by watching countless hours of footage.
It's like a film student who's been binge watching for years.
And analyzing how different elements like objects, movements, and lighting are used to create meaning.
It's learning the language of film.
Okay, so it's like it's gone to film school.
In a way. Yeah.
And by analyzing text alongside those videos,
It's making connections between words and visuals.
VO2 has learned how language is used to describe visual elements.
So, and understand what you mean when you say a sunset over a misty forest?
So when you give it a text prompt, it can draw on all that knowledge
All that knowledge.
to generate a video that matches your description.
It's pretty amazing when you think about it.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's kind of like magic, but it's science.
But how does it actually go from a text prompt to a full-blown video?
Yeah, what are the steps?
There must be a ton of steps involved in that process.
Oh, there are a lot of steps. It's a multi-stage process, but we can simplify it.
Okay, simplify for us.
Think of it as VO2, first breaking down your text prompt into key elements and concepts.
So it's kind of like a director reading a script and figuring out the key scenes and shots.
Exactly. It's getting the gist of what you want.
Then VO2 uses that information to generate a basic storyboard,
Yeah, it's creating a rough outline,
outlining the main sequences of the video.
like a visual roadmap.
So it's creating a visual roadmap for the video, like a blueprint for the final product.
Exactly. It's planning it all out.
And from there, it dives into the details using its knowledge of visual composition, camera angles, and lighting
It's putting on its artist hat,
to create each shot.
each individual shot.
And this is where that 4K resolution magic comes in, right?
This is where it gets really impressive.
It's able to generate individual frames in stunning detail,
Every pixel is perfect.
which is what sets it apart from previous AI video generators.
Yeah, the level of detail is insane.
And it's not just about creating static images.
Nope. It's got to bring them to life.
VO2 uses advanced algorithms to generate the in-between frames,
It's filling in the gaps.
creating smooth transitions between shots and ensuring that the movement looks natural and fluid.
It's all about the flow.
So it's animating those individual frames, essentially bringing the storyboard to life.
Bringing it to life.
And to top it all off, VO2 can even add special effects, adjust the color grading,
Yeah, it's got the whole post-production suite in there.
and create a final video that looks and feels professionally produced.
Hollywood-level stuff.
It's really quite remarkable what this technology can achieve.
It's mind-blowing.
But even with all these advancements, we still need to be mindful of the ethical implications.
The ethics can't be ignored.
Absolutely. The potential for misuse is a real concern.
It's a powerful tool, and with great power comes great responsibility.
And it's something that developers, policymakers, and users need to address proactively.
We all have a role to play in making sure this technology is used for good. It really is a fascinating dilemma, isn't it?
It is. We have this incredible tool that can empower creators,
Push the boundaries.
push the boundaries of visual storytelling.
And then on the other hand,
But on the other hand,
we have to think about misuse.
the unintended consequences.
Yeah, the potential downsides.
Feels like we're standing at a crossroads.
It does, a fork in the road.
The technology is evolving so rapidly.
At breakneck speed.
It's hard to predict where it will lead us.
Yeah, who knows what's around the corner?
But I'm curious, how do you see VO2 impacting the creative landscape in the long run?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is.
Well, I believe VO2 and tools, it will fundamentally change how we think about video creation.
You think it's a threat to traditional filmmakers
Ooh, that's a good question.
and video editors?
Will AI replace human creativity in this field?
I mean, is that what we're looking at?
I don't think it's about replacement.
Okay.
I see it more as an evolution.
Okay, interesting.
Think about the invention of photography.
Okay.
It didn't destroy painting.
It did.
No, it pushed it in new directions,
Interesting.
sparked new movements and styles.
So you're saying AI could actually enhance human creativity?
Exactly. Rather than stifle it.
Instead of viewing AI as a competitor,
Okay.
we can embrace it as a collaborator,
A collaborator.
a tool that can help us expand our creative horizons.
I like that.
So imagine filmmakers using VO2 to rapidly prototype ideas,
Okay.
experiment with different visual styles, or create complex scenes that would be impossible to film in the real world.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
Things that would normally cost a fortune.
It's almost like having a digital brainstorming partner.
I like that.
A digital brainstorming partner.
Constantly generating new possibilities.
Pushing you to think outside the box.
And it's not just about generating ideas.
No, it's more than that.
VO2 could also be used to handle the more technical aspects of video production.
The stuff that can be a real pain.
Like editing, color grading, special effects.
Exactly.
This would free up human creators to focus on the storytelling.
The heart of it all.
The emotional core of the work.
The human element.
It's like having an AI assistant that handles all the heavy lifting.
Taking care of the grunt work.
Allowing artists to focus on their true passion, bringing stories to life.
And that's what it's all about, isn't it?
It is. What about those who are just starting out with VO2?
The newbies.
What advice would you give them for crafting effective prompts and getting the most out of the technology?
Well, first and foremost, remember that VO2 is a tool, not a magic wand.
Right. It's not going to do all the work for you.
You can't just type in any random phrase and get a masterpiece.
Okay, so what are some key things to keep in mind when crafting those prompts?
Be specific.
Specific, okay.
And descriptive.
Descriptive.
Imagine you're giving directions to a film crew.
Okay, I like that.
What kind of camera angles do you want? What's the lighting like?
Give them the details.
What mood are you trying to evoke?
So it's like painting a picture with words.
That's a great way to put it.
Giving VO2 enough information to create a truly compelling visual experience.
You gotta feed it the right stuff.
Don't be afraid to use vivid language, metaphors, and sensory details to bring your vision to life.
Let your imagination run wild.
It's like writing a mini screenplay for each prompt.
Yeah, think of it like that.
Thinking about the story you want to tell and the emotions you want to convey.
It's all about storytelling in the end.
That's the beauty of it. VO2 gives you a level of control and creative freedom that was previously unattainable
It's a game changer.
without a full production team.
You're the director now.
This all sounds incredibly promising.
It is exciting stuff.
But let's shift gears for a moment and talk about some of the potential downsides.
Okay, the dark side.
We touched on the ethical concerns earlier, but I want to dive a little deeper.
Let's get into it.
What are some specific risks we need to be aware of as this technology becomes more widespread?
Well, one of the biggest concerns is the potential for misuse, particularly when it comes to creating deepfakes.
Deepfakes, yeah, those are scary.
With VO2's ability to generate realistic videos from text prompts, it becomes easier than ever to manipulate footage
To create fake videos that look real.
and spread misinformation.
It's a chilling thought.
It is.
The power of video lies in its perceived authenticity.
We believe what we see.
But when we can no longer trust what we see,
It undermines everything.
it undermines our sense of reality and can have serious
It's
consequences.
a slippery slope.
And it's not just about malicious intent.
No.
Even unintentional bias in the training data can lead to problematic outcomes.
Bias is a big problem.
If the data sets used to train VO2 are not diverse and representative, the resulting videos could perpetuate harmful stereotypes.
It's all about the data.
So it's crucial that developers prioritize ethical considerations
Ethics are key.
and ensure that these AI models are trained on balanced and inclusive data.
Diverse data is good data.
And we as users need to be critical consumers of AI-generated content.
Don't believe everything you see.
Just because something looks real doesn't mean it is.
Right, question everything.
We need to develop media literacy skills and be wary of manipulated footage.
Be a savvy consumer.
It's a reminder that technology is a double-edged sword.
It can be used for good or evil.
It can be used for good or for ill, and it's up to us to wield it responsibly.
We have the power.
But let's not dwell on the negatives.
Okay, let's stay positive.
I'm still excited about the potential of VO2 to empower creators and democratize video production.
Me too. It's an amazing tool.
And I think it's important to remember that we're still in the early stages of this technology.
It's just the beginning.
As VO2 and other AI tools continue to evolve, we'll learn more about their capabilities, limitations, and potential impact.
It's a journey of discovery.
It's a journey of discovery, and we're all along for the ride.
Buckle up.
So what are some specific examples of how VO2 is being used in the real world right now?
Let's see it in action.
We've talked about the possibilities, but I'm curious to see how this technology is actually being applied.
Okay, let's get specific. Well, one area is advertising.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's all about grabbing attention, isn't it?
It is. You gotta be quick.
Quickly, and what's more eye-catching than a slick, high-quality video?
Nothing really.
Exactly. So marketing agencies are using VO2
They're jumping on board.
to create attention-grabbing ads.
Of course.
And they can do it in a fraction of the time.
Saving time and money.
Exactly. Less cost than traditional methods.
Makes sense. I can see the appeal.
Wow. Yeah.
Imagine being able to just churn out video ads.
For social media,
Social media
Yeah.
targeted to different demographics.
it's a few clicks.
It's incredible.
And it's not just about speed and efficiency either.
Okay. So what else is there?
VO2 allows for a more personalized experience.
Personalization. That's key these days.
Engaging ad experiences.
Okay, give me an example. How's that playing out in the real world?
Okay, so let's say you're a company
Okay.
selling athletic wear.
All right, and I'm following.
With VO2, you could create an ad that shows people running.
Yeah, okay. Running through some scenic landscapes.
But here's the twist.
Okay, there's a twist.
Yeah.
Like twists.
You personalize the landscape based on the viewer's location.
Oh, that's smart.
So someone in California,
Yeah.
they might see the ad with people running along the Pacific coast, while someone in Colorado might see them running through the Rocky Mountains.
That's clever.
Right?
It makes the ad instantly more relatable.
More relatable.
More attention-grabbing.
It's tailored to them.
That's the future of advertising right there.
It's just one example of how VO2 is being used to create more targeted and effective marketing campaigns.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so advertising's one area where VO2 is making waves.
It's making a big splash.
What about other industries? We talked about education.
Yeah.
Are we seeing any real-world applications there?
Definitely, educational institutions are starting to experiment with VO2.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
They're creating engaging learning materials.
Makes sense.
Especially in subjects that are traditionally difficult to teach through textbooks alone.
Yeah, like history and science.
Exactly.
History, you can bring past events to life.
Visualize complex concepts.
Yeah, science, you need to see it to understand it sometimes.
A history teacher could use VO2 to create a video that takes students on a virtual tour of ancient Rome.
Oh, wow. That would be amazing.
Complete with realistic reconstructions of famous landmarks and scenes from daily life.
That's incredible.
Right.
That's so much more engaging than just staring at a dusty old textbook.
Way more engaging.
And in science, you could use VO2 to create animations that demonstrate complex processes.
Like cell division.
Yeah, or the formation of a star.
It's mind-blowing.
It's like having a virtual laboratory at your fingertips.
Exactly. And because VO2 is so easy to use.
Yeah, anyone can use it.
Even teachers who aren't tech-savvy can create these kinds of engaging learning experiences for their students.
That's really powerful. So we've got advertising education.
Two big ones.
What other areas are ripe for disruption by VO2?
Well, independent filmmaking is another one with huge potential.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one because not everyone has a Hollywood budget to work with.
Exactly.
Yeah, VO2 could be a game changer for indie filmmakers,
Leveling the playing field.
allowing them to create high-quality visual effects.
And scenes that would have been impossible to achieve just a few years ago.
I'm picturing aspiring sci-fi directors
Weren't there crazy ideas?
creating epic space battles and alien worlds
Without the big budget.
without having to spend millions on CGI.
And it's not just about special effects either.
No.
VO2 could also be used to create entire scenes, locations, and even characters.
Wow, so you don't even need actors anymore.
Well, you might still want actors, but VO2 gives filmmakers a level of creative freedom that was previously unimaginable.
So we're talking about a potential explosion of low-budget, high-concept films that push the boundaries of storytelling and visual creativity.
That's what I'm thinking. And it's not just about film either.
Okay, so what else?
Think about all the other forms of video content that could be transformed by VO2.
Like what?
Music videos, documentaries, even corporate training videos.
Yeah, I can see it. It's like a whole new world of video content is opening up before our eyes.
The possibilities are endless.
They are.
Hmm.
But with all this talk about potential, I think it's important to keep our feet on the ground.
Stay grounded.
What are some of the challenges and limitations that VO2 still faces?
Well, it's not a perfect technology.
Of course not.
One challenge is that the quality of the output is still very much dependent on the quality of the input.
So you still need to be a good writer to get good results from VO2.
Exactly. Crafting effective prompts is key. You need to be specific, descriptive, and creative in your language.
So it's not just about typing in a few random words and expecting a masterpiece to pop out. You still need to have a vision
You need a vision.
and the ability to communicate that vision effectively.
It's a collaboration.
And there's still a learning curve involved.
There's always a learning curve.
It takes time and practice to master the art of prompt engineering
It's a skill.
and get the most out of VO2.
You got to put in the work.
So VO2 is a powerful tool
Incredibly powerful.
with incredible potential. but it's not a magic bullet.
It's not going to solve all your problems.
It requires skill, creativity, and a sense of responsibility to use it effectively.
Use it wisely.
That's a great way to put it. As with any new technology, there will be bumps along the road.
There always are.
But I believe that the potential benefits of VO2 far outweigh the risks.
The benefits are huge.
It's a technology that has the power to democratize video production, empower creators, and transform the way we learn, communicate, and experience the world around us.
It's a game changer.
It is. Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive on VO2.
Time flies when you're having fun.
It's been an eye-opening exploration of a tool that's poised to shake up the world of video.
It's an exciting time to be alive.
It is. It's a powerful reminder that the future is unfolding right before our eyes.
The future is now.
And it's up to us to shape it responsibly.
We have the power.
So what are you waiting for? Go explore VO2 for yourself. Experiment, push the boundaries, and see what amazing things you can create.
The possibilities are truly endless. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI video generation. Until next time, keep exploring, keep creating, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible. This is The Deep Dive signing off.